All right. Greetings, true believers. Welcome back. This is part two of the Disney Investors Day coverage. It's been massive. Massive. This will be the video about the more confirmed projects that are coming out, and I'll be doing them in chronological order, starting with WandaVision. That'll be coming out January 15th, 2021. So just in a little under a month and 4 days. Marvel WandaVision trailer. Elizabeth Olsen brings the wacky and new MCU footage. This new footage does not have any addition. This trailer doesn't have any additional footage of Wiccan, and I forgot the name of her, the kid. Forgetting a lot of things right now. I'm just really excited. It's been up for a while, but anyway, no new footage of the kids. It's mainly just footage. They have footage of Monica Rambeau. I believe that's the first time you're seeing her. Beautiful woman. I'm not familiar with the actress, but they it just kind of reaffirms that she is contained within a facility, and between the containment in the facility and her powers, she has brought herself and others into this alternate reality and has somehow brought Vision back to life as well. But to read, when the very first trailer of WandaVision was released, fans were crazy over it, pushing it past 53 million views in over just 24 hours after premiering at the Emmys. Shortly after the trailer's release, Paul Bettany even said that it gets more and more bonkers, showing that fans hadn't seen anything yet. However, fans were slightly deflated when Marvel Studios announced that the series would release on January 15th. Over the past week, the official Twitter account has been releasing a new poster every day representing a decade and the sitcoms that correspond to it. These posters have seemingly been leading up to something bigger, which many fans have assumed to be a brand new trailer before the series release on the streaming service. A new trailer for WandaVision to the tune of The Monkey's Daydream Believer was released during Investors Day. This means that ever since the first trailer, I've been trying to break down every frame, like I was just kind of doing myself, to find clues and Easter eggs. Fans have even begun directing their attention to leaked merchandise, finding out that Vision will take the role of a circus magician with Wanda as his assistant. Monica Rambeau's superhero costume, or at least a prototype of it, was also leaked alongside this merchandise. I actually haven't seen that. In the new trailer, you can actually see Rambeau in a very distressed state, not even knowing how she got there in the made-up reality. Not to mention Wanda and Vision struggling to maintain their home, framed to be against Sword. They never really established its Sword, but it is more than likely that they're fighting against someone else who's been pulling the strings. Uh, Loading kind of slow. Here we go. I just want to see that prototype. Oh, it's not really anything. Oh, right. It's not. I see. It's the other one. Right. Because you have to remember, Monica Rambeau was an iteration of Captain Marvel, and they did a thing where instead of making her right, because they wanted Captain Marvel to be like one of the representation characters. It's like, well, why don't you make it the black woman of color, because she was the first one, and I believe if I remember correctly, she was also a lesbian. You could have hit all of the check boxes. No, you made her a side character. You know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there right now. Black Widow coming out I'm sorry. I actually jumped forward here because the next one after that is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that just got a new trailer. In the new trailer, you see some new footage of like Bucky and Falcon in a club, and like, oh, there's sick footage of Falcon flying. There's not really any new reveals, as far as I remember. I feel like I need to get more sleep, but it's coming out March 21st, and then after that is Black Widow on May the 7th. There's no new news, no new trailer, unfortunately. But at least we know that it's coming. Some speculated that it was going to be premiering on the 21st via this video, but, doctored nonsense. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is going to be coming out July the 9th, 2021. Not really any news on that at all. No trailer or anything like that. Aquafina is going to be in it. I'm not really too familiar with her work. Whatever. After that's going to be the Eternals, November 5th, 2021. they didn't premiere anything that we haven't. They just kind of posted the cast. Um, it's supposed to be a movie that will be a cosmic focal point. I'm hoping that they will bring the fullness of the struggle between the Eternals, the Deviants, and the Celestials. That would be really awesome. That might bring a sort of retroactive look at Thanos and Titan before he took it over and destroyed it. That'll be cool. After that, Spider-Man 3. That'll be December 17th, 2021. We've been getting a lot of news lately for this. And not Andrew Garfield. Alfred Molina just signed back on to be Doc Ock. Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro. Some sources say Tobey Maguire's iffy about coming back as Spider-Man. Some sources say Andrew Garfield is signed. This one says Andrew Garfield is signed. Tobey Maguire's in talks. I feel like I'm missing another one. Oh, yeah, yes. It's rumored that Kirsten Dunst might come back as MJ. Here we go. I'll just read the article. The news from Spider-Man over the past 3 weeks has been insane as more news comes out. Paints the Tom Holland threequel as a live-action Spider-Verse movie. Although Doctor Strange has been officially confirmed to star alongside the young hero, not only has Doctor Strange, but Jamie Foxx, Electro, and even Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. A new report has now said that Emma Stone and Kirsten Dunst are expected to return. The same report also seems to support the long-standing rumor of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire returning, or at the very least, that Garfield is a shoo-in. Jeff Snyder of Collider is reporting with great emphasis that Andrew Garfield will be back. Tobey Maguire is expected to return should both Marvel and Sony manage to seal the deal. It'll be curious to see if they'll be portraying their own iterations or if they're portraying new but not dissimilar versions played in the movies. This is due to the fact that Jamie Foxx's Electro and definitely Alfred Molina's Doc Ock are dead. So they could be alternate reality versions. They could be, because they would have to be versions from an alternate reality. If they're versions from an alternate reality, well, here's the thing. They would have to be versions from an alternate reality because the only reality in Spider-Man 3 will be Tom Holland's. So if you would have to go to either Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire's realities, Spider-Man realities, in the past before their villains died, or go to an alternate version of their realities wherein they might not even be Spider-Man and these villains might not even be who they are. So there's just not a lot of choices there. Right? Den of Nerds, came out with this interesting idea that it might be like a Scrooge sort of thing, where Tom Holland Spider-Man gets to take a look at the price that you pay because he's like the youngest of the three, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh yeah, and Gwen Stacy's also dead. What do I talk about? Yeah, they're bringing a bunch of dead people. Come on. All right. So, yeah, not Doc Ock. Jeez. Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man 3. The next big thing for Marvel Studios is the Multiverse. They do. There's a lot of fluff here. Oh, right. So I just saw this. And by the way, they just came out with Jared Leto came out with another new Morbius teaser trailer. No one's talking about it. Why do this? Why try to out thunder this? You can't. Unbelievable. The multiverse concept was further proven to be the main anchor point after reports involving the return of Charlie Cox's Daredevil, Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield and their own respective characters surfaced in the past few days. And now, after rumors and speculation, confirmation has finally arrived. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness will have connection to Spider-Man 3. But that's all they confirmed. That was a lot of fluff. Next is Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. What was that about? And that would be coming in March 25th, 2022. Right? So moving along, we have Thor, Love and Thunder, worst name ever. That'll be coming in May the 6th, 2022. Excuse me. Sorry. Friggin' Gore the God Butcher is going to be played by Christian Bale. That is going to be a dramatic telling, if there ever was one, because Christian Bale only does dramatic. He can't do anything else. I want to see him in like a rom-com or something. No, I don't actually. But Gore the God Butcher, as the name suggests, kills gods, and he crafted a blade that allows him to do so after suffering great tragedies, and so at the hands of a god. So he wants to bring said tragedies to gods themselves. They're going to mix Gore the God Butcher with the mighty Thor Jane Foster storyline, so that'll be interesting. Or the same storyline. Everything to sleep. Anyway, back in March of this year, Tessa Thompson confirmed that Christian Bale will be playing the antagonist. The fourth installment was already loaded with Taika Waititi back, Natalie Portman, So yeah, they just confirmed it. This means that he will officially be returning to the comic book genre 10 years after taking up the cape as Batman. He will be a bald, wide-eyed villain who's capable of fighting multiple Thor-like beings at the same time. If they're planning on showing a comic-accurate Gore, this may be a motion capture performance by Bale or just a lot of makeup. The first symbiote, all black, attaches itself to Gore in the comics and gives him the dark strength to go on a god-killing fiasco. In the MCU timeline, it is possible that Thor and Gore have already met before. Rhyme intended. In the comics, Gore uses the blood of the time gods to travel through time and attempt to kill Thors of different times. With rumors that Richard E. Grant will play an older version of Loki in the upcoming Loki series, seeing an older Thor is inconceivable. One thing seems clear, that Jane Foster becoming Mighty Thor in this film, it will once again take more than one Thor to take down the God Butcher. Yeah, that's how that works. Black Panther 2 is supposed to be coming out July 8th. And this is just, again, that Chadwick is not going to be replaced. Captain Marvel 2... And yeah, Ms. Marvel is going to be in it, I believe. It seems is going to be released on November 11th, 11/11/22. Investors Day happened, and on the event we have official Captain Marvel confirmation. She will be returning. Directed by Nia DaCosta. The cast are recently announced Ms. Marvel, Iman Vellani, Monica Rambeau. Right. Because as I stated earlier, her inspiration, Ms. Marvel's inspiration is Captain Marvel, so that makes sense. Marvel has everybody's head spinning, yada yada. There's not much more than that. And then lastly is going to be Hawkeye, premiering sometime November 2021. Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner filming fancy scene ripped straight from the Marvel Comics for Hawkeye. Hawkeye is looking to be one of the most faithful adaptations for Marvel, especially from Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, a comic run that lasted 22 issues. It was most famous for solidifying the relationship between Clint Barton and Kate Bishop, reintroducing Barton's deafness that was cured decades before, and introducing the lovable pizza-loving dog Lucky. From what has been gleaned from set photos, Hawkeye will be taking an enormous influence from the run, and not only will the show likely adapt one of the most amusing action scenes from the original comic, but it will be pinning Clint and Kate against the tracksuit mafia, who have the amusing character trait of using bro as if the word belongs to them. So it isn't a surprise that the new set photos from Hawkeye continue to flaunt its greatest influence by showing Clint and Kate wearing some nice formal wear. Yeah, and that's about it. Set photos, and yeah, it'll be nice to see that. But that's all of the stuff that's been confirmed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be well to each other.